Okay, welcome back to another episode of Divinity Original Sin. Let's get back in that tavern after our brief distraction organizing our inventory. And check out the murder scene.
A good day to you. Watch out, I smell. Oh, the fierce stench of frightened source goblin.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Ah, yes, yes, of course. This time.
It's funny.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval. Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the Captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy.
Whoa. You've unlocked a new room.
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
It's easy enough to gain strength.
I suppose your example has inspired me to reach heights I'd never before envisioned.
That inspiration hardly flows one way, my friend.
Okay. Painting of a woman, need that. Locked chest. Actually, there's like blood right here. Painting of a rooster.
Looking good.
Let's rest in the bed. Steal all the pillows.
Tinson dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots.
Misclick.
I am on the trail, Source Hunt. I heard this was but I have not found the face I seek. Jarrett is missing. It is my duty to find him. That mystery is thick and ugly. I watched countless of my loved ones die, rotted from the inside. When I ran to Jarrett to tell him what I had seen, his reaction was strange. He had no answer. The next morning, Jarrett did not emerge from his room. I left him be. But after 3 days, I grew anxious. I broke down the door, and inside his chamber was nothing. His equipment, his books, all but he was kidnapped, and all his research was taken with him. I do not know the one called Attenborough.
I didn't remember that dialogue perfectly, so I replayed it. I'm just moving everything I can move.
Looking good.
Let's try a lockpick. Lockpick skill too low. That little arrow means. Oh, I can do a talent now, huh? break her off.
What you doing?
Huh? How does that possibly lead to a fight? Ridiculous. I'll try it again with the door closed.
Source was in play here, all right. But that doesn't solve the mystery.
You're like a gorilla in a porcelain store.
I wonder how when this recharges. Kind of weird. Let's break that chest.
Flash fire!
With our magics.
Lifts like a feather, drops like a troll.
Might actually just open now.
It's official. The Duke of Ferrol is the worst poet in Rivellon.
Your lips are as red as emeralds, your hair is black as birch. Your love is like cholesterol, and oh, my heart, it hurts. I want to hold you in my arms, I want to stroke your little head, and all this world would be easier if Counselor Jake were dead. Hey. That sounds rather suspicious.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets. Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have. Like I am the Duke of Ferrol. It's very tragic news. Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be. Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder. Which one? I've written Esmeralda more works of lyrical mastery than I can count. All that letter proves is my devotion to my lady, not any actual intention to do away with Jake. Which one?
I think that's all we're going to get out of this this tavern. For now, anyway. Let's see, there's a building over here I have not plundered.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer, huh? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes, for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city welcomes you. My elf? What elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Syceal, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Syceal through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult times indeed. What? Oh, you mean Syceal? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jake, and by source magic no less, weren't enough. We're also facing all sorts of brutish intruders. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging our beaches. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such, sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks of Syceal. And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought. A weapon called the Staff of Pergamon. What now? Oh, you're speaking gibberish. Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. I managed to place the order through means somewhat, atypical to a government official. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me. His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Syceal harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid getting the Legion involved, if you don't mind. The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead. What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years those blasted skeletons have all but suffocated this city. With all but one trade route overrun, Syceal's once torrential commerce has slowed to a pathetic trickle. Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least explain the basics. Ah, you see, when a lady and a fellow find each other rather nice, well, rather more than nice, they occasionally... Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the seventh sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Syceal's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists. Jake, murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now I recall. Indeed. I could hardly believe it myself. The Council and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit, suggestive. But I've never had cause to suspect her of violence. Still, one never knows for sure. An all-right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Syceal is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor. That depends. What kind of berries are you interested in, exactly? Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Syceal. Would you like to have a look? I'll escort you upstairs myself. Please yourself. Let me know if you change your mind. You won't? No. All my clothes are in fine condition, thanks. I've been going to the same tailor for years. Oh, yes, the Fabulous Five. Aren't they simply fantastic? I'm sure they'll get the job done in no time, especially with your expert hand lent to their cause. That machine Ahu built is an abomination. It must be stopped at all costs. I bet the wizard himself could provide some advice regarding how to destroy it. He's the mad scientist who crafted it after all. Jake? Murdered, you say? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Now I remember. Well, I'm sure the facts will prove me innocent. Keep investigating. You'll see for yourselves in time.
I'll save it and then...
What? Oh, it's you! Someone wants to see Victoria dead? That cherub of the book? That seraph of the library? Outrageous! Hear you me. You must stop that dog by any means necessary. As mayor of Sicil, you have my permission to take drastic measures if need be. What would you like to discuss? That depends. Ah, marvelous.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become. If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Might as well steal everything while he's gone.
Ooh.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous
I think
you've
that's my
become.
underwear talking or something crazy. There's a cat.
I am on the trail, Source Hunter.
Okay, let's see.
Another perfect heist. You sneak with the subtlety of a tried and true cat burglar.
Why, thanks. I rather do, don't I? Ha! A few more heists and I'll be a fat cat in no time.
No doubt about it. Your easygoing sleight of hand impresses me greatly, and will certainly continue to be highly advantageous to us both.
What? Oh, yes. This library is the jewel in Sicil's crown, the beacon of culture and learning in our fair city. My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine, and she's got every speck of information about this place packed into her brilliant brain. Yes, Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. Ah, it brings a tear to my eye just seeing her here among her beloved books. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back downstairs now. Please introduce yourself. I know Victoria will be happy to make your acquaintance.
It's like, I'll leave just long enough that you can steal everything.
A Source Hunter! Oh, what a sight for sore Sicilian eyes! Me? I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip, but that's all changed now. Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always loved that scamp to bits. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Aureus now and then. But then those blasted Fabulous Five came into town. That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some mission to God knows where. Volume 1.
Omnes autem mali demonis quam.
Sometimes I think these books
Resurrect
start
scroll.
little legs in the night.
Sure, I'll buy that.
What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? By Naga the Protector, they have the manners of boors, these boatmen of Sicil. Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken. For you hardly resemble the local fisherfolk, which, incidentally, is a compliment of copious dimensions indeed. No, a source hunter, that is what you are. Yes, a stalker of sorcery, a chaser of charms pernicious. In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, for I take no pleasure in the company of man. But it may just be to our mutual advantage to join forces nonetheless. I would tell you my reasons, but it seems rather pointless to do so, seeing that quite clearly there is no room left in your band of adventurers for an additional champion. A pity, really.
Let's see. This is so I have a fighter. This is another fighter. She says her stock stuff.
Listen, dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots. But while you do, if a pack of wild necromantic...
Poof. Dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Source Hunter. Why? Simply because you hunt Source, and I, Jehan, hunt demons. You are aware, of course, that quite often both of these pests frequent the same shadowy pools of infamy. Now, I hate what I hunt, but I respect its cunning. Should I not, I'd have been decimated, body and soul, long since. This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. Let there be strength in cunning, yes, but also in numbers. The calculus of wizardry I offer you, the might of the magician's mastermind, on one condition. That on our joint travels we will never deal with demonic entities, no matter how tempting their propositions. Give me your word on this, and I'll weave you spells.
Very well. There will be no deals with demons.
Agreed. Nothing good ever came from bargaining with those devils anyway.
Most gratifying. I see you are firm of purpose, and thereby ready to descend. Descend into the madness that is sorcery, into the depths where demons dance. Gladly shall I follow you into the abyss. Onward, blood and triumph await.
Esmeralda does have a
Check out this
propensity for all
dude.
things naughty, hasn't she?
He's got air, water, magic, triggered ones, and he's got some blacksmithing, which is pretty sweet. Huh. Alright.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
So edgy and dangerous.
Ooh.
talk to her in a second after we steal everything. I like this weird mini game of stealing everything. Painting of a man.
Treasure!
Brief history
Ooh, a
of
skill book.
still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine.
Brief history of sorcery. Didn't I steal that one? Probably. It'd be kind of funny that she's talking about stuff I just stole. That's it.
In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujta Getahal, be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine. I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it?
Forgotten anger to the fairy.
When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Sicile toward the sea. The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amun-Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way. He raised me like I was his own, this kindest of souls, taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no small diligence and pride. Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hoard is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow so that others may enjoy them too. Kira Lizor. Oh, do pardon my language, my friend. But that is quite the startling revelation. So much sadness, so much anguish. Eglandir's tale is heartrending, though it seems that in the pursuit of retribution, he has himself become as great a ghoul as those that wronged him. Does he not see that I am now the one who is to be wronged? Why, oh why must he make me, of all gentle-minded and life-loving creatures, why must he make me the target of his imperishable hate? Whom have I ever harmed? I live for books, not brutality. So, let us approach the situation with reason and ask ourselves, where do we go from here? Though, first let me say this. Hashizm bil kushum zunum. From my heart, I thank you for warning me. I thank you and I trust you. So pray, let me pose the question. What do you advise we should do? My amulet? But it is Haxmaji, a sacred token that houses the presence of my ancestors. No, I cannot part with my talisman, the keepsake of my soul. That, I guess, I cannot say that it is. I do this very reluctantly, but fine. Have my talisman. May it fool the elf that would see me dead. Tuj Jageta, friend. Yes.
Alright, let's make progress there. So I may as well upgrade my... I don't have any available. I was thinking I have available points here. These dudes are still level 3.
You there! Cut it out! Hey, stop that!
And chastisement in 3, 2...
He doesn't like me sneaking around his house. Alright, well, that's a good stopping point for the episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Oh, that's where the pyramid is. So I guess we may just warp in there. Alright, thanks for watching. See ya.